Good morning. It is time for Thursday's phonics. So let's get on with it. Okay, we're going to start with our cards as normal, our digraphs. So are we ready? Off we go. Ooh. Now I'm not helping you today. I'm hoping that you will know most of these by now. And I'm going pretty quickly because I'm pretty certain that you can do it super speedy. Fabulous, well done. Okay, so yesterday's words with the digraph that was the alternative was the C and the H that sounded like a sh rather than a ch. Okay, so let's have a look at some of the words that we did yesterday. So I'm going to put that one right at the very back and get rid of that one. So let's start with the first one. What is that word? That's right, it is Charlotte. Next one. Oh, I can hear you all shouting this one. Chef, well done. The next one. Brochure. And the last one was that bit crazy one. Chalet. Well done. Okay, so today we are working through one that we might not have come across before. I think this is the first time we've ever looked at this. It is when in a word a D and a G appear next to each other, but when we sound the word out it makes a J sound. Okay, so we're looking for D and G, but when we see it we're going to say J instead, not D, G. Okay, so for example, first word, I can see it's under here, look, so when I get to this part I'm going to say J. So let's go. F, O, J. Oh, now what do we do with this E at the end? Now, it's a funny one because sometimes in lots of these words there's an E at the end of them, but it's not always the case. So we can't have a rule where we put a D, a G and an E always making the J sound, because it sometimes doesn't. So what in this case what we'll do is when we get to the E, we're just not going to say anything. It's one of those silent E's that we often come across in a word. So let's try again. F, O, J, fudge. Or a really nice soft kind of sweet that we might eat, a fudge. Okay, next one. H, E, J, hedge. Next one. B, A, J, badge. We might wear a badge if it's our birthday. And then this one at the bottom shows that sometimes the D and the G can come together and there is an E next to it, look, but this actually makes the sound. So let's have a go at this one. B, A, Ch, badger. Okay, and we all know that lovely animal, a badger, the black and white animal that we sometimes might see in our stories, badger. Okay, so let's read those words again. So we've got fudge, hedge, badge, badger. Okay, could you have a go at sounding them out with me? If I point and you say the sounds, you ready? Fudge, hedge, badge, badger. Well done, everybody. Okay, fudge, hedge, badge, badger. Okay, so I'm going to put my board down. I'm going to get you to write some of those words for me. So remember, when you hear the J sound, it's going to be a D and a G. And some of the words might have, well, they will have that E at the end, but not all of them. Not on let me explain this properly. Not all of the words will the E be the last sound. Okay, so let's go for hedge. H-e-j, hedge. So once you've written that j sound, what's going to come after? Let's go for badge. B-a-j. Don't forget the j, d and a g. And what comes after it. And then let's go for badger. B-a-j. Badger. Okay, so let me hold those back up again. We didn't do the top one, so we don't need that, but have a quick check. Hedge, badge, badger. Did you get those right? Did you remember the D and the G and the silent E that comes after it? Well done if you did. Okay, so we're going to move on and we're going to have a look at our sentence. Okay, so we'll use the big board. And the sentence is going to be, okay, so we'll start with our capital letter, A. Okay, so A, and then we'll do our first word, which has got the J sound in. A B-a-j, a badger. Leapt. A badger leapt. Oh, I've gone a bit wonky donkey there, haven't I? A badger leapt over the, and let's do this word here, hedge. Hedge. A badger leapt over the hedge. Should we make it longer? Should we make it more tricky? I think we should. A badger leapt over the hedge with, another tricky word here, some. What do you think he leapt over the hedge with? Definitely with some fudge. Fudge. It's not the neatest writing, is it? Okay, a badger leapt over the hedge with some fudge. Okay, full stop, because we've got to the end of our sentence. So, which words in here have we been focusing on today have our alternative sound in? We've got badger, we've got hedge, and we've got fudge. Now, some of the words to concentrate on as well as those are over. So that's quite a difficult word. It's over. And also, don't forget this one. Quite often when we're writing with, we get a V here instead of the T and the H that makes that sound. With. Okay, so a badger leapt over the hedge with some fudge. Okay, let's do it again. A badger leapt over the hedge with some fudge. Okay, can you read that out? I'll be quiet, you read it out loud. Okay, and I'm going to put the board down. Let's count the letters. So we've got a badger leapt over the hedge with some fudge. So that's 9 words in our sentence. So a badger leapt over the hedge with some fudge. Okay, 9 words to think of, 9 words to write. Off you go. Pause the video and then come back as soon as you're ready. Okay, so how did you do? Did you find it easy? Was it a bit tricky? Let's have a look. Okay. A badger leapt over the hedge with some fudge. How did you do? Did you get your badger, hedge and fudge? Did you get the D and the G? And in hedge and fudge, did you put that silent E at the end? Did you get with? Did you get this one correct? Did you remember the T and the H? If you didn't, you've got time to change it now, haven't you? Then take a picture of it and you can send it in to me so I can see your lovely work. Okay, that's it for today. one more day of phonics left tomorrow, and I will see you then. Goodbye.